The morning after the Harvest Moon Festival, the village was still cleaning up. But I was already wide awake. Something had changed inside me. A restlessness. An urge to see what lay beyond the village borders. Nora, of course, had the same idea before I even finished breakfast. She burst through my door like a miniature hurricane, already packed and ready for adventure. "Lien. Today's the day. We're going to explore the Whisperwood," she declared. I sighed. Smiled. And grabbed my staff. After all, what's a second life without a little adventure? I woke up before the roosters. 5 years old, and my body still needed a child's sleep. But my mind was already racing with possibilities. The Whisperwood. I've heard stories. It's supposed to be teeming with magic beasts, rare herbs, and ancient secrets. In my old life, I would have prepared for weeks. But this time. Lien. Wake up. Today's the day. Pack your bag. I've got snacks. And a map. Well, I drew it myself, but it's basically a map. She drew a map. On a napkin. I saw it later. It had a "Here Be Treasure" doodle on it. It's barely sunrise, Nora. The monsters are still asleep. Whisperwood Forest. I wonder what secrets you're hiding. We stopped by Elder May's first. Nora wanted to just go, but I knew better. The Whisperwood wasn't a playground. It was a genuine wilderness with genuine dangers. If anyone knew how to prepare us, it was the woman who used to be a B-rank adventurer. Elder May listened to our request over a cup of tea. She didn't say no. She didn't say yes. She just smiled. Then she reached into her drawer and pulled out an old wooden whistle. "This will bring you home if things go wrong. Don't use it unless you have to." I pocketed the whistle carefully. It felt warm. Enchanted. "So you want to explore the Whisperwood? Just the two of you?" "We'll be careful, Elder May." "I promise. I've got my shield and Lien has magic and we'll stick to the edges." A recall spell. Enchanted by her own hand. Elder May is far more than she appears. I'll have to remember that. This whistle is enchanted with a recall spell. If you're in real danger, blow it. I'll know. Take it with you. And listen to Lien Euro, he's got a good head on those small shoulders. The whistle hummed against my skin. Definitely enchanted. Defensive magic, maybe even teleportation. Elder May didn't just give us a tool Euro, she gave us a safety net. The Whisperwood has been there for centuries. It'll be there tomorrow too. Stay curious, stay safe, and be home before dark. The Whisperwood lived up to its name. Even from the edge, I could hear it a gentle rustling, like the forest was breathing. The trees were ancient. Towering giants whose canopies blocked out most of the sky. Their roots were thick as my body. Nora was undeterred. She marched right in, shield raised, eyes scanning for imaginary threats. I took a moment to activate Mana Sight. And when I did, I gasped. The forest wasn't just alive. It was glowing. Rivers of mana flowed between the trees like veins in a giant body. This wasn't just a forest. It was a living magical ecosystem. The Whisperwood. The forest that separates Sunhollow from the rest of the world. Even from here, I can feel the density of its mana. Okay, Lien. Stay behind me. I'll protect us from, whatever's in there. I've seen mana flows in my old life. But this is different. The forest is alive in a way I've never experienced. The mana here is ancient. Wild. Untamed. There's a mana stream here. See how it curves around that tree? If we follow it, it'll lead us to the deepest part of the forest. We followed the mana stream deeper into the forest. The trees grew taller. The light grew stranger. And then we found them. Forest spirits. Pixies, the locals call them. They were tiny, a euro no bigger than my palm. Translucent wings that shimmered like soap bubbles. They were drawn to me. To my mana. To the old soul burning inside this small body. They danced around us, trailing colors like living fireworks. Nora tried to catch one. It dodged her and stuck out its tiny tongue. I laughed harder than I had in years. One of them landed on my finger and looked into my eyes. For a moment, I felt something ancient looking back. Then it chirped and flew deeper into the forest, looking back as if asking us to follow. We found them in a clearing. At first I thought they were just light reflecting off the dew. But they were moving with purpose. Lien. Lien. They're so cute. Can we keep one? Forest pixies. They're drawn to powerful mana sources. In my old life, I had a pixie familiar. She lived to be 200 years old. Hey! Come back here. I just want to pet you. I don't remember the last time I laughed like this. Maybe in my old life, before the wars. Before the responsibilities. This is what I asked for. This is what I needed. I think it wants us to follow it. The pixies led us deeper than I planned to go. The trees grew darker. The air grew colder. And then we heard it. A sound that made my blood run cold. A deep, rumbling growl. Not aggressive. Territorial. We rounded a massive tree trunk and found it. A Ursa noctis. A night bear. One of the most dangerous monsters in the Whisperwood. It was asleep. Thank the stars. But it was blocking the path ahead. I had an idea. A stupid one. But an idea. I used a gentle wind spell to mask our scent and sound. We crept past the sleeping giant one careful step at a time. Nora's hand was shaking in mine. But she didn't make a sound. We made it past. I let out a breath I didn't realize I was holding. The deeper we went, the quieter it got. Even the birds stopped singing. That should have been my first warning. Shoo, don't move. Ursa noctis. C-rank monster. One adult could level a village. We should not be here. Scent masking wind barrier. It won't hide us from sight, but it'll hide our smell and muffle our sounds. This is our only chance. Step. Pause. Step. Pause. Don't step on any twigs. Don't breathe too loud. Just keep moving. That was. Lien, you're amazing. We just snuck past a night bear. The path opened into a clearing that took my breath away. I've seen wonders in my long life. The crystal tower at sunset. The elemental plains. The floating gardens of Etheris. But I had never seen anything quite like this. A hidden meadow, bathed in an ethereal silver-blue glow. The source? Flowers. They were beautiful. Petals of pure moonlight, each one pulsing with a soft, steady light. Moonpetals. The rarest enchanting ingredient in the kingdom. Worth their weight in gold. And there was an entire meadow of them, hidden in the heart of the Whisperwood. Nora didn't understand their value. But she understood their beauty. She knelt down and gently touched one. The flower responded to her touch, glowing brighter, and she gasped with joy. I knew then that this day would be one I'd remember forever. I stopped breathing. For a long moment, I forgot how to. Moonpetals. I read about them in old alchemy texts. They only bloom under a full moon and wither by dawn. But this meadow, this is permanent. How is this possible? The mana signature is incredible. Pure moonlight condensed into physical form. If I can harvest just a few of these, I could create enchantments beyond anything in this village. Lien, it's warm. And it's singing? Sort of? Like a tiny bell. The moonpetals are resonating with my mana. They're responding to me. I wonder if I channel light magic through them. I've always been curious. It's both a blessing and a curse. Looking at those moon petals, feeling their resonance with my mana, I couldn't help myself. I channeled a thread of light magic into the nearest flower. Gently. Experimentally. The flower absorbed it. The light swirled inside the petals. And then it exploded with light. Not violently. Beautifully. A cascade of silver gold particles erupted from the flower and hung in the air, forming intricate patterns. The patterns began to weave together starlight threads intertwining with moonlight, creating constellations in midair. Nora gasped. I stared at my hands. The spell was still active, flowing through me naturally. I had created a new spell. Not Aldrich's spell. Lian's spell. I named it Starlight Weave. Light magic. The rarest element. In my old life, I mastered it. But this is a new body, a new mana system. Let's see if the old techniques still work. Oh, that's new. I didn't mean to do that. But that's beautiful. The system recognizes it as a unique spell. Fusion magic light and lunar. I've never heard of lunar as an element. This world keeps surprising me. Lian. Do it again. That was amazing. You're like a real star mage. Aldrich Starshine spent 80 years mastering light magic. Lian created a new spell at age 5 by playing with flowers. I think I'm going to like this life. We returned home as the sun was setting, painting the sky in shades of orange and purple. The whistle stayed in my pocket. And used. A comfort. I pressed one of the moon petals between the pages of my notebook. A souvenir. And a promise. Nora talked the entire way home, recounting every detail of our adventure with ever-increasing exaggeration. And then the bear roared and Lian cast this huge spell and we escaped. I didn't correct her. Let her have her heroic version. As Sunhollow's warm lights appeared through the trees, I felt a peace I hadn't felt in a long time. Elder May was waiting at the village gate. She saw the moon petal in my notebook and just smiled. Found something special, did you? I nodded. Yeah. I really did. And then the pixies formed a spiral and lifted us across the stream. It was so cool. A single moon petal. Pressed and preserved. I'll study its properties later. For now, it's a reminder that the best discoveries are the ones you stumble upon. Home. It's strange to call a place I've only lived for 5 years home. But it is. It really is. Found something special, did you? The Whisperwood held secrets I never expected. Moon petals. Pixies. A new spell. And the feeling that this is only the beginning. I think the slow life can wait a little longer.